Hey, today, that is your cue to stop talking. Today we are doing the coordinate plane. I promised you guys this was going to be the easiest lesson ever, and I promise that I will deliver. Okay, so here we go. Let's go through some key terms first. Yeah, so I'm on graph paper because if we're dealing with a coordinate plane, that's graphing, right? You don't have to use graph paper, but it can be helpful. All right, so here we go. Graph basics. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw a big graph over here. Doesn't have to be huge, but all right, you all ready? This is how easy this is. We have an x-axis and a y-axis. Which one is this? X. So for our viewers at home, our homework is 1 to 30 all. We were a little scared by that, but you guys will all see in a little bit how easy it is. Okay, how about this one? This one's which? Y. All right, good. Okay, now think back to Algebra 1. We have 4 separate quadrants. 4 separate quadrants. Does anybody remember which one is quadrant 1? So we have a lot of people with their hands up. Stacy? The bottom left. How many people agree? Clap if you agree with Stacy. That's quadrant 1.
Oh, wait, no. I missed the bottom left.
Left.
There you go.
Oh, I know what it is. Okay. Okay, how many people agree that that's quadrant 1? How many people disagree that that's quadrant 1? That's, yes, clapping. They can't see you, so you have to make it noise. Okay. So, let's do this. Shout it out. I'm going to point to different quadrants. Shout out when I get to quadrant 1. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm staying here for a reason. Okay, this is quadrant 1. How many people thought that, but then everybody else disagreed with them, so you thought you were wrong? Okay, so if that's quadrant 1, which way? I go either clockwise or counterclockwise to get counterclockwise. So I go this way. This is quadrant 2, 3, 4. The reason the upper right is quadrant 1 is because the coordinates are positive, positive. Okay, so if I'm working my way around, the quadrant 2 coordinates, are they positive, negative, negative, positive, negative, negative? Think about it. If we're doing, obviously x comes first, then y. Who can tell me? Lydia? Positive, negative. Clap if you agree with Lydia. Or negative, positive. Clap if you agree with that. That's good. Okay, how about quadrant 3? Can somebody tell me quadrant 3? Akashni. Negative, negative. Clap if you agree with Akashni. Okay. How about quadrant 4? What's that one? Hannah? Positive, negative. Clap if you agree with Hannah. Good. All right. Let's see. So we have x, y. All right. Then, again, how easy this is. Ordered pairs. We are literally graphing points today. Literally. That is as difficult as today gets, which is why 1 to 30 all. If number 1 says graph the point 2, 5, it takes you what, like 5 seconds, maybe? Right? So homework's going to be really fast. All right, so we have the x-coordinate first, the y-coordinate second. We don't see this terminology very often, but it exists, so I'm going to give it to you. The x sometimes is called the abscissa. Abscissa, I know. That's great, right? I'll tell you, I've gone up through crazy levels of multivariable calculus, and never once until I started teaching this have I heard that called the abscissa. But your book refers to them as abscissa, so if you run across it, you know that that's their way of saying x-coordinate. Okay, y can sometimes be called ordinate. Okay? Now, let's get to our examples. Graph. You guys see that still? Okay, I'm going to list the things that we're graphing first, and then we will graph all of them on one humongous graph on the right-hand side. So point A is at 6, 2. B is at -3, 7. C is -4, -5. D is 1, -1. Whoops, that's a -1. Okay. And E is at 4, 0. So in your homework, that's literally how it is. Problem number 1 is graph point A. Problem number 2 is graph point B. So you can see, again, why 1, 2, 5. You can see why you have 30 of them. What's up, Christian?
Is there going to be one that makes a big picture?
No, but you guys get to do that later. If you look on the back wall, there are some graphs up there. So those are actually, when we did conic sections last year, people created those graphs. They're very, very cool. But we don't learn that till second semester, so we can't do it with a bunch of dots. Although I guess we could. I'll have to think about that. All right. Point A. If I'm starting at 0, 0, can somebody tell me how I graph point A, which is at 6, 2? I go, so you're directing me from 0, 0. Marcy?
You use the x-coordinate first, so you would be, and since it's positive, you're going to the right.
Uh-huh.
So count 6 places to the right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then what?
And then afterwards, you take the y-coordinate and you rise to.
Perfect. And then put an A next to it so you don't get lost. How many people agree with Marcy? Yay. How many people are excited how easy this is? This is literally as difficult as it gets. I interrupted them. How many people are excited that this is how easy it is? I think some of us are irritated that we have to do things this easy. That's all right. Okay, how about B? -3, 7. How do I graph point -3, 7? What do I do? Ashley.
Alright, so we start by going to the left 3 spaces.
1, 2, 3, okay, and then?
And now we go up 7.
5, 6, 7. That's B. Make sure you're labeling these as you go, okay? People want to come up to do C, D, and E, or do you just want to direct me? Jay, do you want to come up?
Is it extra credit?
Sure. Why not? Would you like think music for this?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay.
You need to think.
What do I have to do? Just graph the point
Which
-4,
one?
-4, -5.
Oh.
Where? Okay. Okay, she's got think music. Does anyone want to come up and do a point 1, -1? Kendra. So just come on up. Okay, how about the last one is 4, 0. Somebody want to do that second?
Yeah.
Put a letter next to it. That's good. Okay, clap if you agree with Jay that that is -4, -5. Yay, good. Okay, Kendra, 1, -1. You guys ready? Okay, clap if you agree with Kendra. 1, -1. Yay, good job. Okay, and then 4, 0.
What is that?
That's 4, 0.
Oh my god.
You can cross it out. That's good. Clap if you agree with Stephanie that that's 4. Yay, good job. Okay. All right. Okay, let's see. Yes.
What
Question.
quadrant would
What? I'm sorry, what?
quadrant would be considered?
Okay, what quadrant would E be considered? You guys tell me. Is it in any one quadrant, point E?
No.
No. It's on the border of which 2 quadrants? 1 and 4. You could say that. That's it. Just 1 and 4. Any other questions on that? Do we want to go through more examples like this, or do you go? No. No. They're all done. Okay. Let's, you guys done with this? Can I switch it? I mean, I know that you're all struggling with this material tremendously, but okay. Here we go. Let's do a couple more. Locate several points on the x-axis. Whoops, locate. Can you see that? Yep. Locate several points on the x-axis. X-axis. What is the ordinate? See, there's that terminology again. Yay. What is the ordinate of those points? This is not a trick question. And then, what is the ordinate for every point on the x-axis? Okay. So what is the ordinate for every point on the x-axis? How many people clap if you like to graph? Or like graphs? Clap. That's like 5 people. Okay. All right, the odds are stacked against me for this chapter, but that's okay. On the x-axis. Okay. AX. Yes?
Will we ever be putting in our notes for
No.
credit?
Nope. No. Okay, and that actually reminds me. So in 5th period, we came up with a thing that if everybody in the class gets an A on a test, we might, and I'm very strategically saying might, because I know how you all are, might do something like optional homework. Might. Okay? So keep that in mind for next chapter test. I know we just had one. But alright, so let's see. Optional homework. Okay, I'll say this. There have been tests where all but like 2 people have gotten an A. I promise you. That has happened before. Alright, so can somebody give me a point on the x-axis? Pick one. Somebody list what? 5, 0. 1, 2. Okay, so that's the point 5, 0. Somebody give me another point. 2. 2, 0. Okay, another point. 4. Okay. Are there any in the negative direction that we can?
3.
How about that's on my graph somewhere? How negative 3. Okay. All right. So the question is, locate several points. What's the ordinate of these points? What is the ordinate again? 0. 0. That's ordinate is a fancy word for y coordinate. Okay. So the ordinate for every point on the y-axis is 0. I put this in here only because you guys are going to have a problem like that, and I don't want everybody to be like, what? I don't get it. Okay, so, questions? Are we good? Good to start homework? Hey. Yeah, if you have graph paper, you're welcome to do it on graph paper. If you don't, then that's also fine. Homework 10, page 75. Ooh, written exercises 1 to 30 all. That is the homework that you all are working on, and yes, it is an extra credit day. All right?